Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another sales video for the Steam weekly deals. Bunch of great games on sale on Steam during the week, and also of course some interesting space themed games in this video. But first we start off with Deadlink. Now Deadlink is a brand newish game. This came out on 27th of July. I don't know if this was in early access or not, but this is an FPS roguelike cyberpunk, and I could just see Keanu there for a minute. But yeah, it looks very good, positive reviews, it's good price, and yeah, interesting guns, very cyberpunky theme here. Looks pretty cool. So this is 25% off, 396 only in India, $15, 1161 in the UK, 17 in Canada, 1259 in the Eurozone. Next we have Hunt Showdown. So multiplayer game, it's the extraction style of game, but very intense, very atmospheric. It has binaural audio. In fact, the only other game I know of is Hellblade that has the same kind of audio, and this is a multiplayer game. So yeah, graphically looks intense. I have played this not recently though. It is 60% off, 600 in India, $16, 1439 in the UK, 2160 in Canada, 16 in the Eurozone. They also, I think, had a new update recently. Something with like monsters or something, I don't know. But yeah, still pretty popular, has a small hardcore fan base. And let me see the player numbers. Yes, not bad at all. 17,000 right now, 32 daily peak. Pretty good for a small sort of niche multiplayer game. You don't need a lot of people in the map, so I think it's like 10 or 20 people at a time, so you don't need big lobbies. So this number isn't bad. Next we have Halls of Torment. So recently, me and a lot of other people have been obsessed with these roguelike bullet hell type of games. And this is another one of those. Kind of popular, this one. Overwhelmingly positive, as you can see here. Came out early this year. I have recently picked up a few. I've played yet another Zombie Survivors, and I've picked up two more. 20 Minutes Till Dawn and Brotato. This is also another very highly recommended one. I might get this as well once I'm done with the other two. But yeah, if you are interested in these are very fun games, short sessions, very intense, easy to run, usually very cheap as well. So this one here is 20% off, 240 in India, $4, 343 pounds, 520 in Canada, 4 in the Eurozone, still in early access, but yeah, already overwhelmingly positive. Next we have Metal Hellsinger. So in this one you play as a bit of a hybrid demon type entity, and you're going through hell, killing demons and the devil himself. This is hell, by the way, even though you see snow there. And this is a rhythm FPS game, so you have to be in sync with the music. Now, unlike the other rhythm FPS game that I mentioned, bullets per minute, this one here you can be like off the rhythm, but if you are in sync, you'll get more points basically. In the other one, your gun wouldn't even fire if you are not in sync. So this is a little more forgiving, but also has more metal music and stuff. Overwhelmingly positive, as you can see here. It is a good game, and this is 50% off, 600 in India, $15, 1249 in the UK, 1849 in Canada, 15 in the Eurozone. Next we have a nice farming, same life sim style game, Stardew Valley type. This is Sunhaven. Another recent game, came out early this year in March, and yeah, graphically looks very good, very detailed, and this is 20% off, $20, 455 in India, 1559 in the UK, 23 in Canada, 1679 in the Eurozone. Next we have a sale on the Resident Evil games. So once again I will pick Resident Evil 2, even though I'm tempted to get Resident Evil 3 myself. I have played this one. I got it with my graphics card a few years ago. Really enjoyed this. I had never played a Resident Evil game before, and I really fell in love with this style of game. So I'm looking forward to the other games. Now the latest one, Resident Evil 4, is not on sale, unfortunately. It's only came out a few months ago and has been quite successful, but this is pretty good too. From 2019, you can see overwhelmingly positive, almost 100,000 reviews here, and this is actually at a good price. Even the regional pricing is decent here. So this is 75% off, 500 in India, $10, 874 in the UK, 1374 in Canada, 10 euros. Also, the length of the game is decent. You can play the campaign in sort of like different perspectives, like 2 different characters. So it could get easily, like I would say, 10 to 15 hours depending on how you play and the difficulty, etc. Next is Kingdom Come Deliverance. Every time I see this game, I just think how ridiculously cheap this game is for the quality that this game has. The regional pricing is very strong, and this is a full-fledged RPG, proper sort of, you could say, medieval, immersive even. And this is 75% off, $749, only $174 in India. That's ridiculous considering how much the newer games are now charging with the updated prices. This is still on the old model, and 174 for a game with this much value is just amazing. 624 in the UK, 849 in Canada, 749 in the Eurozone. Royal Edition, more content, more DLCs and stuff. Still not that expensive, 224, $10 only. 874 in the UK, 1137 in Canada, and 10 euros. If you are in India, you haven't played, you like open world RPGs, I would highly recommend you get this, because if this goes up in value, I wouldn't blame them, because this is a very good game, and if they increase the price, I wouldn't say like it's not worth it, because it's still a great game. Next we have Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. So another newish game got its full release not too long ago, and this is basically another medieval setting. You are an alchemist, you move into a village or town or something, and you have to fulfill the needs of everybody's basically whatever requirements they have for like different kinds of potions. And there is like a mini game where you pick the herbs, then there's one for, you know, mixing everything and coming up with your own ingredients, and then you have to manage your shop and deal with the customers and whatever they want. Nice little game, and this is 35% off, $974, $298 in India, $740 in the UK, $1136 in Canada, $811 in the Eurozone. Now on to some space themed games, starting with Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So one of the most popular space RPGs, and something I have not played, and I do want to play it, but I'm just usually scared of big games, especially a trilogy this big. But yeah, I hope to tackle this someday soon, especially these days, because I'm kind of interested in spacey stuff. So anyway, this is 75% off, $15, $749 in India, $1249 in the UK, $20 in Canada, $15 in the Eurozone. 3 games, all DLCs, fully remastered, one of the best RPGs made. So yeah, if you haven't, definitely grab this. Now we have something very interesting. This is Heavenly Bodies. Now this one here, you are an astronaut in space, and the game is, you have to basically control each of the different arms and legs of this guy. You can see here it shows you how this works. So you have to get used to this control, and then, you know, deal with all the things that astronauts do in space, I suppose. And yeah, this is the main appeal of this game. Look at the reviews here, overwhelmingly positive, very popular looking game. At least very highly rated. I'm not sure about the popularity, because I don't know if many people have heard of this. I'm hoping you haven't, so that's why I picked this one. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in picking this up. It is on a sale here, not an expensive game either. 50% off, $264 in India, $10, $774 in the UK, $1139 in Canada, and $839 in the Eurozone. So yeah, this is one of those games, you could say like a more mature version of Banished Vault or something, perhaps. Or there are a few other games where you have to control each of the different limbs of your character, and I think it has co-op as well. Yeah, it has co-op, shared split screen co-op. So yeah, this should be fun. Next we have Planet Crafter, so continuing with the space theme. Now if you've played games like Subnautica and you enjoyed the crafting element of that one, this is basically very much inspired by this, looks like it, and feels like it controls similarly. You build your habitats, I think you're on Mars, and you're trying to, you know, make it viable for human settlement, I guess. So yeah, survive, collect, rebuild stuff. Looks very good without the scary underwater creatures, I suppose, unless there are some scary creatures here as well. Early access, but you can see overwhelmingly positive already. Demo available if you want to check it out first. 20% off, $423. Regional pricing is also good, $16, £12, $17.59 in Canada, $14.39 in the Eurozone. And then we have a brand new game. This came out on the 25th of July. This is the Banished Vault. Now this just looks amazing to me. The art style and the way they are presenting this game is just something I have not seen before. So another game of exploration in space. And just look at this black and white thing that they have at the start, I mean. So yeah, it just looks very good. I'm kind of tempted to look up the devs and maybe request a key or something to try this out, but this looks amazing. It's got resource management, base building, and yeah, we are in the sort of end of the year where we have a lot of new games coming out, some interesting ones as well. So I don't want to miss out on these little games that could be potentially very interesting. So yeah, this is the Banished Vault. I don't really know too much about it apart from what it says here. So this is 10% off, $9.90 in India, $22.49, $17.99 in the UK, $29 in Canada, $22.49 in the Eurozone. So yeah, that's a quick look at some interesting games on sale. I'll be back later today with the new Humble Choice Bundle, which drops later. And yeah, I have a few more videos planned, new month. I've got some ideas. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you next time.